the Vice-Chancellor of this great university, Professor Oloyede, the Vice-Chancellor, and his team of principal officers, to the Dean of the faculty and the heads of department, to my brother, my colleague, former Vice-Chancellor, to both present and past colleagues of mine, to the students who are the lifeblood of this great institution, to my family and friends like siblings. You can see someone like Oloyede, who has come all the way from Ibadan without even telling me that he was aware that something was going here. To my family and friends whose patience has been the canvas upon which my work was sketched, to all of you, I say I'm deeply grateful. To the guests, all of you, from within and outside the university, particularly my colleagues from Zumratul Muminin who are here, and I never knew that the Dean of Art was one of us until today. To all of you, I say thank you, Jazakumullah khairan. A day like this, I forgot when I woke up around 4 a.m. this morning, and to put some things down. But after spending 15-20 minutes, I then realized I was not going to be the lecturer. Why bothering myself? To be in this university is always a profound homecoming for me at any time. But today I'm filled with a peculiar and deeply moving and humbling experience that my faculty can honor me with this type of, can grant me this type of honor. I serve the faculty because the faculty needed to be served, and the university because the faculty made me what I was and made me useful to this great university. It is therefore an honor that transcends all honors that I've ever received that I consider today's honor to be. I thank you from the depths of my mind and my soul, and I accept it not as a crown, it is not a crown for past labors, but as a shared baton, a renewed commitment to the conversation we have sustained for decades. To my colleagues from Abuja, when I sit down and people who had worked with me talk about me, I care little, because there is nothing that they were just talking history. But those who are currently, we are working together, I believe that they are part of me. Therefore, whatever they say, I will just say, will they come here and insult their registrar? So, but for those kind words, it also encourages you. When I am happy, one of the things I want to do is to keep as formal as possible. So I will have to read what I was trying to put down in the morning. To Professor Isaac Albert, I thank him. I appreciate him coming all the way from Ibadan and telling us some of the rumors that I didn't know he ever had. Because I was surprised when he was saying some of those things, because I believe they are just beer parlor gossips. And nobody will take such people serious. I remember that one government agency invited me about Professor Albert, and I learned that you paid so arrears. I didn't know he had. He paid so arrears to somebody who was appointed professor just 1 month. I said, what's bad about it? I said, is that not a crime? I said, yes, it's a crime. Then what do you do? I said, do whatever you want to do. Because I knew that even you as a government agency, you ought to have known that no sane person will pay some, even if you are mad, you will not take somebody who is a professor for 3 months and pay him for 3 years. What will be the basis? But I think they also got to know later that there was no sense in what people were telling them. So this inaugural event is both timely and timeless. The humanities in the age of uncertainties. It is a title that acknowledges a pervasive atmosphere of our age, the age of uncertainties. And let me also ask, what is humanities? It implies a crossroad, even a crisis for people to talk about humanities today. Are the humanities a relic, a comforting but irrelevant solace, or are they in fact the very compass we have mislaid in our frantic search for certainty? We live in the era defined by powerful quantifying certainties. Data maps our behaviors, and scientific marvels continually extend the frontiers of the possible. Yet, paradoxically, this very reign of technical certainty has blossomed in a desert of profound human uncertainty. We are uncertain about the future of our planet. We are uncertain about the future, about the stability of democracies all over the world, about the nature of truth in a digital bazaar, about what it means to be human when technology promises to redesign our very biology and consciousness. Our uncertainties are not gaps in data. They are crises of meaning, of value, of ethical direction. And it is precisely here, in the storm of this existential fog, that the humanities cease to be merely a collection of subjects like history, philosophy, literature, language, religion, the arts, and reveal themselves as a vital faculty of being. They are the disciplines of interrogation, not just for acquisition. When we are uncertain about justice, we do not only consult legal code, we return to the searing conflict between human law and divine conscience. We work with Plato in his Republic and stumble with Orwell in his Dystopia, testing the foundations of the societies we build. The humanities provide the case studies of the human spirit, the full spectrum of our triumphs and our failings. When we are uncertain about truth, bewildered by cacophony of narratives, the humanities train us in the art of critical discernment. They teach us to deconstruct a speech, to pass the rhetoric of populists to understand the historical context of a conflict, to read between the lines of a news report, a historical sift evidence, a literary critic unpacks metaphor, a philosopher exposes logical fallacies. These are not academic parlor games, they are survival skills for the information age in which we live. When we are uncertain about our identity, fractured by tribalism and globalization's disorientating flaws, literature and the art offer mirrors and windows. They allow us to live 1,000 lives, to feel the pulse of experiences utterly alien to our own, the anguish of a refugee in a poem, the resilience of a marginalized community in a novel, the universal cry for dignity in a play. This cultivation of empathy is not a soft skill at all. It is fundamental, adhesive, without which diverse societies dissolve into distrust. The age of uncertainties demand not just faster processors, but deeper processors. It demands the kind of wisdom that comes from understanding tragedy, the nuance that comes from studying cultures in their complexity, the ethical framework that comes from wrestling with the great moral dilemma of technology in its dazzling neutrality. An artificial intelligence can generate a sonnet, but it cannot understand the human ache that gave rise to the sonnet's form. It can optimize a supply chain, but it cannot answer if that chain should exist at all if it depends on exploitation of other humans. Therefore, to my colleagues in the sciences, in technology, and in the professions, including law, I say the humanities are not your opposite. They are your essential partner. We are the two hemispheres of complete mind. You provide the how, we grapple with the why. You build the engine, we help chart the course and ask towards what horizon and for whose benefit. And for you students of the Faculty of Arts or the Humanities generally, who navigate this uncertain world most directly, engage with the humanities, not as a duty, annual faculty lecture. A title is temporary, tied to a post or a period. A name, however, is a human legacy. A name is a human legacy. Let this lecture honor not just the academic in me, but the person, the student, the teacher, the administrator who was formed and contributed to this community. Let it be a reminder that ideas belong not to titles, but to timeless conversation between curious minds and across generations. This leads me to the final point I want to make on this podium: the sustenance of such a conversation that you are starting. For this lecture to outlive us all, it cannot rely on the fleeting generosity of annual budgets. It must be endowed, its future secured by deliberate planning. Our university, like great institutions across the world and beyond, understand the timeless instrument of what is called waqf in Islamic law. The waqf, which poorly translated is called foundation, is not merely a financial instrument. It is a profound intellectual and spiritual covenant. It is the dedication of an asset a piece of land, a capital sum, whose generating yield forever serves public good in perpetuity. By establishing a waqf for this lecture series, we do more than fund an event. We enact a principle that the pursuit of humanistic wisdom is a sacred trust, as vital to the health of our society as a mosque, a church, hospital, or library. It is a promise etched not in sand but in stone, and sustainable finance, ensuring that a century from now, scholars will still gather here, funded by this Waqf, will still gather here and to debate humanities in whatever name or new uncertainties of the age. My hope, therefore, is that this Is-haq Olayede Faculty of Arts lecture will be borne aloft by this powerful union of idea and institution. May it be endowed through thoughtful planning and the enduring mechanism of the work. And it is in this light that I've spoken with a few of my friends and those who are willing that to institute a work for this lecture. Presently, from all I've heard, we needed just 20 million. And what that means is that a 20 million entrusted to Lotus Capital, for instance, for profit making will yield enough money that will then be used to annually fund this. If somebody, as a registrar of dam, I now ask dam, come and give 1 million or 2 million, 3 million. When I'm no longer registrar of dam, whom will I run to come and bring the money? So that is the reason behind institution of Waqf. And what we have done is to just create a contribution, a platform for contribution by 40 persons. And 40 persons means if you want to buy one, you need 500,000. And you can buy one, you can buy two, and 10 of you can come together to buy one. And you will be given the flag. We have just 40 of those flags to sell. And as at this morning, I've been able to sell 13 of such flags. So if anybody at any time is interested in contributing to it, we do not require 499 naira. We need just 500. But you can be 20, you can be 30, and you buy one. And my family, I have 4 children, and each of them had bought one. I have one wife, she had bought one, making 5. And I also bought 2, making 7. And 3 of my friends have also contributed 6. So we're making 13 out of the 40 we have. I can assure you that before long, we will raise enough funds that will be, sir, you are buying one. Oh, you are buying one. Thank you very much. So that makes it 14. Thank you very much. Professor Mahfouz is buying one, making 15. So we have already, from them, all of them are buying one, making 16. Making 16. So out of the 40 that we are throwing off for sale, we are going, oh, you are buying one. Oh, thank you. Making 18. So that is, we can assure you that before long, we will sell out the 40. And once we have sold it out, we have nothing to offer. We are not selling beyond the 20 because that's our target. And we will have the list of people who have procured the 40. And that is exactly what work is. And all we need to is that whoever is the Faculty of Arts dean and whoever is my eldest child living will be signatory to the account. and we now open the account in Lotus Capital. What is it called? Oh, you are buying one. You are buying three. Three of you buying one. Okay, that is making how many? 18. 19. 19. Okay, so we can, by the time we have 40, we will have those that we know that the 40 shares have been sold out, and we can then know that the lecture, Faculty of Arts lecture, will continue in perpetuity. On behalf of everybody who has rights to me, everybody who belongs to me and to whom I belong, I thank you. Hello? Is buying one. Who is that? Osama. Where do you get money, Osama? A poor lecturer is buying one. Okay, you are not poor, and your salary has been improved by President President Tinubu. So we have 20. Thank you. We have sold off 20 out of the 40, and by God's grace, I can assure you that we will have the list in the Faculty of Arts that we will play that these are the contributors to the Wakfu, the foundation, for this exercise. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
And people come to me when I want to do something, they say, Professor Oloyede didn't do it in that way. So I thank you for setting the mark. And that's what led me to him. And I thank Faculty of Arts and all the staff here for standing by him, for publicizing his philosophy.